Sports is brought to you by Spectrum. The Cleveland Browns have found their new head coach. Kevin Stefanski will be the 7th head coach since 2010. Is this the year it finally works? Well, Stefanski replaces Freddie Kitchens, who was let go just after one season. Stefanski was the Vikings offensive coordinator who helped lead Minnesota to the second round of the playoffs. And now that that piece is in place, the Browns can turn their attention to finding a GM. It's been a busy weekend for the Walleye. 3 games in 3 days before the All-Star break next week. The Fish dropped their 2 games with Indy Friday and Saturday, trying to salvage a win this weekend against Wheeling. It was a packed house of humans and dogs for Paws and Pucks night, but it didn't take long to get this one going. Less than 5 minutes in, Steve Alexi throws it out in front, and Brandon Troop right there beats the goalie. Fish get the early lead. Then it would stay that way, 1-0 into the third period. Wheeling ties it up here, though. They scored 4 goals in the final period, including an empty netter late. The Walleye dropped their 3rd game of the weekend, 4-1. Fish now get some much-needed rest before they head to Fort Wayne on Saturday. The Toledo men picked up their first MAC win yesterday at home against Western Michigan. From the surface, it looked like a close game, tied at half, several lead changes, but much more went into that fans didn't know about. After the game, Todd Kowalczyk let us in on a little secret. Marion Jackson almost didn't play in the game because he was so sick the night before. He couldn't keep anything down, really dehydrated, worn down with the flu, but Mar did everything he could to be okay enough for this game. And his illness, very similar to the one Spencer Littleson had last week at Ball State. These two epitomized what it means to be Toledo tough in their win. And Todd Kowalczyk talked about both of their incredible efforts after the game.
I'm so proud of Marion Jackson. We had a lot of guys step up, but you know, I got a lot of respect for the media in his room. You would not have showed up for work today with what he had. I mean, he at 3 o'clock in the morning, throwing up, bad flu. Spencer had it at Ball State. Those are 2 tough dudes. Marion Jackson's getting a game ball tonight, but just fighting through and fighting. I'm really proud of him. Got the best defensive player in the league, in my opinion, Spencer Littleson. Have you ever seen a game where they actually had to stop the game to wipe up one person's sweat all the way across the floor? And that was a 1-minute delay. They gave our guys a break. We had to wipe up his sweat. That's a rocket right there. I mean, he's, you know, God bless him. I love coaching him. I love his energy. He's the most unselfish guy that I think I've ever been around.
Bowling Green's women's soccer team repeated as MAC champions this year, making it back to the NCAA tournament. A big part of their success was Northview grad Kathleen Duvey in goal. Kathleen now looking to play professionally overseas, but today she had one incredible opportunity to train with retired Manchester United keeper.
Roy Carroll is a well-decorated professional soccer player. During his career, he spent time as Manchester United's keeper. He recently retired, but it hasn't slowed him down one bit. Roy's next adventure in life is coaching.
That's what it's all about. You look down, and when you get older and you look and see these kids coming through, even senior keepers coming through and saying, I used to coach with him.
This afternoon, he held a private session with BGSU grad Kathleen Duvey and St. John's keeper Ben Donachie. A surreal moment for both of them.
It was really cool. It was nice to see that the coaching that I've gotten so far is really similar to what he says, and it's good to pick up some extra knowledge going forward. He's very personable, so it was really easy to kind of get out of that phase and just learn from him. But yeah, it's really cool knowing his resume and his background and what he knows.
Kathleen has aspirations of playing professional soccer overseas. Roy has played against the best of the best and sees incredible potential in her.
She's really sharp, and soccer's changed a lot like my day because you had to be 6'7". You had to go in the gym and work hard in the gym and be big, but now it's more being agile, and she's really quick. She's very quick with her feet, and she's very comfortable with herself, and she's got good technique already. Yeah,
I've been thinking that I'm going to go overseas and play for a while now, and my mind's really set on it, so knowing that what he says is kind of how it is over there is really nice.
Roy spent a majority of his life saving goals. Now he's helping young soccer players reach theirs.